Hello and welcome to Theme Park Watch. So today we're going to be looking at how to get to the viewing point, Monk's Walk, to view Hyperia, the brand new roller coaster coming this season to Thorpe Park Resort. So it's a bit of a rainy day, it's Sunday, Mother's Day, and it's obviously not looking great. So we're going to do our best to film as much content as we can, any updates we can see on Hyperia as well once we're down at Monk's Walk. But I'll show you step by step how to actually access this roller coaster, because obviously it's going to be, you know, quite, I'd say maybe two months or so before we actually see this coaster being fully in use in the park. You know, we don't actually have an estimated date yet, but you know, we can obviously look at the updates on the construction and see how we're getting on. Now, the first thing you need to do is get to Staines Lane. That's the road I'm on at the moment. Obviously, just be very wary of the neighborhood. Make sure you're being respectful when you park up. Now, when you get to the end of the road, I recommend parking right at the end. You'll see a little route, like a little loop and a little scout hut over there. And then straight ahead of you, you can see Hyperia. So obviously rain's not looking amazing. So please make sure you do, if you do come down, use some suitable footwear, because the footpath is never great. Now, as you get to the end of Staines Lane, you see Staines Lane close. And then you'll see a path straight ahead of you. Make sure you take that route and then go straight down this path here. And then it kind of loops around to the left-hand side. And then when you get around to this corner, you'll see two little paths here, one to the left, one to the right. Make sure you go down the right one, literally the right one. So keep on going down, and then you'll get to a little kind of wiggle slalom sort of pathway. Don't go down there or up there. I mean, you could go up there, I suppose, but traction's not looking great. So you want to go straight up here. Again, a little shortcut if you fancy being brave, but I recommend you stick to the path as much as you can, unless you are Spider-Man. Then stick to the path. Come around this corner, and then you'll end up at the top of the hill. And then I'll show you where to go next, because then you take a sharp right and then you go underneath the bridge. Now, at the top of this path, you do get a good view of Hyperia, but I don't think that's going to happen today due to the fact the weather is looking good. To be fair, it's looking all right. You can actually see the Hyperia coaster in all its glory there. So yeah, let's go over the bridge. So just be careful when you are coming across this bridge, because it is a bit crazy. But as you can see, here's Hyperia. We're going to go along this bridge here. Now you can get to the end of the bridge, and when we get to the end of the bridge, you turn right straight away. And then this will kind of lead you down the similar path that we came up on the other side of the bridge. So yeah, we head down here. Again, recommend staying on the path. Don't be that guy who kind of cuts the corner. Yeah, so come around here, you hit a nice windy bend. And then at the end of the path, you'll get to the bridge in terms of the underpass. So we were, obviously don't go down that way. So you get to the end of this pathway and then go straight. Don't go that way, stick right. And then you should get to this underpass here, where I get to be dry for a whole 30 seconds. So this is Gus going underneath the bridge here, so you can see the bridge there. So we've done that now. And then this is where the terrain gets a little bit crazy. So yeah, recommend wearing boots if you can, even though if it's a sunny day, because you know we live in the UK, anything could happen. So yeah, we're gonna hit the crazy mud now, so it's gonna get a little bit like this. It's just a little taste of what's to come, but it's all worth it. I think Hyperia is a brilliant coaster, so it's all worth it. But yeah, this is where it gets a bit crazy. So already you can see it gets absolutely caked in mud at this point. So definitely, as I said, make sure you wear suitable footwear. I made a mistake of wearing white trainers down here on my first visit to Look at the final piece of Hyperia being installed, but I'm not making that same mistake again. You will get to this path here, but please don't go down. I don't think that's something you are really allowed to go over. I mean, it looks like it's just been trampled, but yeah, it's not that way. It's definitely this way, so don't let that get you sidetracked. Go straight over this bridge here. As I said, this is Thorpe Lake, so it's the lake that surrounds Thorpe Park to give it its famous and unique kind of setting for Thorpe Park Resort. Obviously, it being on an island like no other, I think they describe it as. So here it is, and that's what you can kind of water ski under. If anyone is interested in water skiing, definitely hit them up. It's a great place to go and do some water sports. But yeah, keep going, heading down this bridge, and then we can continue straight down here. And then basically this is now Thorpe Park on the right hand side, so this is now their property. So this is where it kind of starts from here and leads all the way down here, and then we just keep going straight, and eventually we'll get to Hyperia on the right hand side. So this is where Loggers Leap used to be, the famous water ride. And then yeah, we'll get to Hyperia, starting to peer through the trees now, and there we have it. We have now reached the viewing point for Hyperia, and you can see sort of going round as well there. There you go, there's Saw, and then obviously got Hyperia just in front of you. They're obviously testing all the rides now, because obviously it is very close to opening season, and I know Nemesis Reborn's going up next weekend. Seems very busy, but here we are. So there we go, that is the top of Hyperia that went in the other day. That was the final piece of the track that needed to go in. And then I've just noticed that obviously some support work has gone on here, just where those little kind of band things are. And obviously they have to make sure all those bits of track are fastened to the ride itself. So obviously you'll see bits like that go up now, but that's it completed. And just a few days ago, this pathway was absolutely flooded with people watching this final piece go up, and now it's complete. So I said, all you've got now, you've got SAW testing in the background. When the trains are coming in, that's the next major thing to happen, I think, because obviously they've got to do all this groundwork, making sure the area looks really presentable itself, because obviously it's still looking a little bit like a building site, I guess. The station needs a little bit of work, sensors need to go in, electrical parts needs to be fitted, like sensors, ride systems, to make sure it's all safe. You know, this being the tallest coaster in the UK, it's going to be, you know, made sure it's absolutely made 100% safe. And obviously you can see just how mad this track gets, especially the outer bank loop at the back there. You can see underneath there, that just kind of veers out to the right, and you've got the station brakes as they come in here to the end. So yeah, it's a good viewing point. You can get really, really close. I do believe we saw some construction workers up there in the car park or on the street earlier, but I think they've gone now because they knew I was coming. But yeah, we can obviously see no trains currently. Just an empty station, but when they do arrive, they'll obviously go into this maintenance bay at the end here. That's where they'll go, in there. And then obviously that's the track that will filter into the station just here. So yeah, you can see how monstrous that first drop's going to be. 236 feet. Absolutely crazy. So here's a closer view of the maintenance bay for where Hyperia will be kept. The train itself, for maintenance, etc. And then obviously it will reveal itself out to the track there. And then obviously you've got Colossus just there with this new sparkle update. Repainted the track, obviously you can't see in clear view of focus here, but when you get close to it, you can see it does look a lot more fresh. You see it looked a little bit worn out before, but now it's looking a little bit better. And so then you've got your main station right here, just along the sidewalk here. That's why it's really good to get on Monk's Walk, so you can get nice and close with it and see up and close in person. Now it all looks very quiet on the building site at the moment, probably due to the weather, but you can see there's a lot of building work going on still. So that is the final pieces that will need to go in now, and hopefully we can get some trains and testing in soon. But as you can see, it is looking very cool, and that's the main station there. And then also, you know, we need to see the catwalk going as well, so the stairs on the left hand side, obviously in case of an evac on the stairs. If you are lucky enough to get up there and get stuck, then you'll walk down all the way down there to the bottom. But look at that outer bank on that first corner, that is ridiculously good. And then up you go. So obviously, yeah, they need to go in still, so you'll probably see some crane work go in for that very shortly, but in terms of track, that is it. Looking really cool. And then here's the back of the station, so you can see there's a big gaping hole. I'm not sure what they can do about that. Obviously install a shutter. You've got this framing on the outside that also I think needs to be worked on. So that's the conclusion of Hyperia. It's a little bit of work to do, but overall it's looking really good. Get yourself down here, have a look at all the construction that's going on, because it is really interesting to watch as it develops even more and more. We know the track is done, but there's a few more bits and pieces to be done here, and then hopefully in the next month or so we can see some trains going in the bay there, and then obviously we can look at some testing as well. But thanks for clicking on the video, and then hopefully see you in the next one. See you later. Thanks for watching Thing Part Watch.